Gang, gang, you already know. So, the rise and fall of Saul Viera.
Right.
Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Now, what I'm understanding now is that, man, my Mexican brothers, man, y'all motherfuckers, I used to think differently. I ain't even gonna front. I used to think differently. Like, I ain't think y'all niggas was in the streets like this beside, like, you know, the Latin Kings and shit. You know, the motherfuckers we used to bang with. But, nigga, y'all just like us, nigga. Real talk, nigga. Y'all got your own little shit going on within y'all shit, nigga. That shit, nigga, y'all just like us, nigga.
Nigga, all the movies we didn't watch.
Yeah, but
Shit.
it be seeming like it's only a few of them. All y'all niggas like that.
Hell yeah.
All them
yes.
niggas like that.
Yep.
Like, you know, they say all niggas, yeah. Nigga, all y'all niggas like that. Nigga, that shit crazy,
so
nigga.
This is one of Chalino's sons.
Yeah, the rise of Chalino Sanchez would kickstart an entire wave of new regional Mexican artists. So Chalino had a son. He had twins, right?
Yeah, I think this is one of the twins. And by the way, before I forget, the Mexicans asked for this. So shout out to the Mexicans.
The Mexicans, my niggas. Y'all already know what it is, man.
But let's get into this, though, because I'm trying to see something.
Let's see.
Because, you know, it's starting off with the same kind of setting, you know what I mean? But I know that's just a little TV, you know what I'm saying, from the, you know what I'm saying? But I think he a singer, too, if I'm not mistaken. So we finna see.
Well, let's get right to it.
Sanchez would kickstart an entire wave of new regional Mexican artists. Chalino's style and swagger left an undeniable impression on the Mexican youth of Southern California. LA swap meets like the Paramount swap meet provided the opportunity for Sanchez to reach an entirely new audience. Lupe Rivera, the son of Pedro Rivera, recalls a story from 1992 when word of Chalino's death spread to the Paramount swap meet. Lupe was selling cassettes when a lady approached and asked to buy every Chalino tape he had. Little would Rivera know that one of the artists to rise out of this wave likely bought a cassette from him at that very swap meet and would go on to record his first album of narco corrido.
Nigga, that's crazy because that's how they did Nipsey. Nipsey, Jay-Z pulled up on Nipsey, nigga, and bought all his albums, nigga, and he was selling them bitches for $100. That's why I say, man, y'all niggas just like us, man. This shit just crazy as fuck, man. That shit crazy, man. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I got a new respect for the shit now, cuz.
Was only 3 years later. In a tragic twist of fate, Saul Viera's career would mirror that of his idol's Chalino in more ways than one. Some say that the story of musicians who perform narco corridos is one that is written before it begins. Fame, jealousy, and infamy. Saul Viera was born in Paramount, Los Angeles on Valentine's Day 1975 to parents of Mexican descent. His father, Luis Segovia Viera, hailed from Guajicori, Nayarit, Mexico, and carried his roots closely with him to Southern California.
Okay, so this is not his son.
This is not his son.
I must have got that little mixed up. But, you know what I'm saying, he just said to his daddy, you know what I'm saying, so that ain't his son.
Rivera.
So, I just want to point that out, you know what I'm saying.
Started with an R.
I did say that
for
was
sure.
his son.
I heard when they said it. I know what the fuck, I just can't pronounce that shit. Rivera.
Yeah, probably.
It was Rivera or some shit like that.
But
yeah.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Saul recalls his father often playing traditional Mexican music throughout the house and fighting with him to turn it down. As a youth, Saul listened primarily to rap music and admired the stories from nearby South Central Los Angeles. To Saul, the songs of drug dealing, violence, and danger were more than just music. They were essentially his real life. Viera.
See, we've been putting this shit in the songs for a very long time. You know what I mean? It ain't crazy to me to see it today. I know history repeats itself. It's not like, the youngins is doing something new. They repeating what been going on. It's just a new way of approaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And I do want to point out the fact that he is not he in his own culture is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't talking about nobody else. This is his own shit.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't glorifying nobody else. No, you know what I'm saying? Just speaking on the period.
Real
Just
talk.
wanted to point that out.
Real talk.
Attended Paramount High School and had an upbringing surrounded by violence and tragedy. During his freshman year of high school, local news clippings paint a picture of an area marred by loss and stolen youth. The summer of '89 saw a senior from Saul's high school pass away in a hit and run. A Mexican restaurant across the street from Paramount High School made headlines that same summer for becoming a hotspot of murder and gang violence, accumulating 48 criminal complaints between 1987 to 1989. His sophomore year would tragically be no different. One of Viera's classmates was arrested for murdering his own 7-year-old sister. Less than a year later, another younger classmate passed away in a shooting accident.
Savages, dog.
Man, that nigga crazy.
Motherfucking savage.
During his
What does
senior
little
year, he
sister
would lose
do?
another 2 classmates due to senseless acts of violence. Clark was a star athlete senior who died in the midst of a robbery over a Walkman. Lorda was a junior who died that same year as a result of a gang crossfire. Saul was a dedicated student and member of the Latino Club. Although Saul favored rap music, the corridos of Vicente Fernandez and Chalino Sanchez is said to have caught his attention. He was quoted as saying at first,
Right.
when Chalino came out, no one really liked him. Myself, I was like, where the hell did you get that guy? But then you pay attention to what he's saying and you start liking him. It's like gangster music about people getting shot, battles with police, and growing marijuana. Viera graduated high school the same year that Chalino Sanchez was murdered and would be immediately drawn into his footsteps. While working as a courier, he often visited El Parral, the same place that Chalino gave his first performance in 1991. During a slow night at the club, he was urged on by his friends to go up on stage and perform with the house band. According to accounts from that night, Viera showed an immediate flair for performing. He managed to impress one listener in particular, the owner of El Parral, Abel Orozco. Abel was looking for the next Chalino, and the rawness of Saul's voice caught his attention. Viera would be recording his first studio album in less than a month. And 3 more later that year. Viera took the stage name of El Gavilancillo, meaning the hawk. His image closely resembled his idol Chalino, frequently posing with his truck and his pistol. Viera was not known for having many vices and kept a relatively low profile aside from performing. Coupling this with a tireless work ethic, Saul recorded an astounding 15 albums between 1995 and 1998. Viera became a mainstay at El Parral and soon saw his singles Dear Friend and the
What black record label man, please. Don't nobody work that hard. That nigga
You niggas
was slave.
you niggas outwork every motherfucking body in every
15
motherfucking goddamn
albums.
thing. God damn, nigga.
We still waiting on the album from Rihanna.
The fuck, that bitch got like what, 3, 4?
I don't know, but shit.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
Dahlia Flower gained immediate radio play. Although his narco corridos were relatively popular, Viera's love songs would be the ones that would become commercial hits. Although he was rumored to have been a known ladies' man, Viera had 2 children with his fiancée before the age of 23. An excerpt from a '98 LA Weekly article titled "Sing Now, Die Later" hints that Viera had a scrapbook full of women's photographs that he had been with, and that he had in fact had children by 3 of them. It's perhaps this very reason why Viera's story would reach an abrupt conclusion, and his career would be 2 years shorter than the career of his idol, Chalino Sanchez.
My nigga was a pimp. Pimpin'.
This nigga had him a little booger hole.
Viera was exiting a Denny's with his fiancée in Bellflower, California, when he was stopped by an armed gunman in the parking lot. It was reported that the gunman and Viera exchanged a few words before several pistol rounds were fired at the 23-year-old musician. Viera would succumb to internal injuries and was reported as deceased at the nearby hospital.
Just like a nigga, man. They always taking the good ones, man. Just like a nigga to die at a fucking Denny's, man. Nigga
Right after one of them good ass meals.
Pancake meals, man. Nigga run up on you, man, with your piece, man. But he had his banger, you know, he had that thing with him, you know what I'm saying? But I know he wasn't on no killer shit, cause I mean he probably was on some killer shit, but you know, nigga trying to get this money, man. Ain't nobody trying to be on that goofy ass shit. Nigga trying to get this money. But if I gotta change you, nigga, I'm gonna change you.
The motive behind Viera's shooting is not publicly known, although the most popular theory is that Viera was struck down by an angry boyfriend, and that his womanizing had caught up to him.
I tell you, always a female.
Unlike his idol Chalino, and many of those from the genre, death would not bring a new level of stardom to Viera. It seems that Viera's career was cut short tragically premature, and he would never manage to step outside his idol's shadow. Viera's passing at the age of 23 marks one of the youngest departures of a narco-corrido musician, and one that begs a few questions. How fondly would have Viera been remembered had he lived to even 27? With 16 albums recorded and only a 3-year career, it is possible that if Viera was given more time, he would have established a sound more unique to his own and experienced larger mainstream success, instead of being referred as another Little Chalino. But instead, the story of Saul Viera remains a cautionary tale for young musicians everywhere. It can take but one moment or mistake to derail your career, and in some cases, put you in serious danger.
Hey man, shout out to the little young cat, man, that put this whole little piece together, man. Let's give you your credit first, man. You did excellent.
This motherfucking story be interesting as hell.
Excellent, my nigga. The music you used, I mean everything, that shit was really fucking good, my nigga. Like, send me more.
Y'all let me know if it's a part 2. Shit. Cause that was kinda short.
That was kinda shout. We want more. You did.